the world of pharmaceuticals, one name stands out: Martin Shkreli, a brilliant entrepreneur or a ruthless profiteer. Join us today as we delve into the rise and fall of a man who captured the world's attention like no other. Martin Shkreli was born on March 17, 1983, in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, New York. He was the son of Albanian immigrants and grew up in a working-class neighborhood. From a young age, Shkreli displayed an exceptional aptitude for mathematics and science, foreshadowing his future career in the healthcare and pharmaceutical industries. Shkreli attended Hunter College High School, a prestigious public school known for its rigorous academic programs. His academic achievements earned him a scholarship to Baruch College, where he studied business and science. Despite facing some personal challenges during his early years, including the divorce of his parents, Shkreli's determination and intellect paved the way for his future success. After graduating from Baruch College, Martin Shkreli embarked on his career in the financial sector. He worked as an intern at Kramer, Berkowitz & Co., a hedge fund, where he honed his skills in finance and investing. His time at the hedge fund would serve as a valuable stepping stone for his future endeavors in the pharmaceutical industry. In 2004, Shkreli co-founded Elia Capital Management, a hedge fund focused on healthcare stocks. His sharp analytical mind and ability to identify promising biotech and pharmaceutical companies quickly garnered attention in the financial world. Shkreli's fund performed impressively, solidifying his reputation as a shrewd investor. Martin Shkreli's career took a significant turn in 2011 when he founded Retrophin, a biopharmaceutical company dedicated to developing drugs for rare diseases. This venture marked a pivotal moment in Shkreli's career and demonstrated his ambition to make a lasting impact in the healthcare sector. Retrophin was founded in 2011, with Shkreli serving as the company's CEO. The name Retrophin itself is a blend of retro, signifying backward-looking or restorative, and pharmaceutical, reflecting the company's core mission to address unmet medical needs in underserved patient populations. Shkreli's vision for Retrophin was clear from the outset: to develop innovative therapies for rare diseases that had long been overlooked by larger pharmaceutical companies. These rare diseases often afflicted small patient populations, making them economically unattractive for major pharmaceutical players. However, Shkreli believed that by focusing on these diseases, Retrophin could not only bring much-needed treatments to those in need, but also generate substantial financial returns. Retrophin quickly gained recognition for its promising drug development initiatives. Under Shkreli's leadership, the company achieved significant early successes that attracted investors and garnered positive attention in the biopharmaceutical industry. One of Retrophin's notable achievements during its early years was the development of Chenodal, a medication used to treat patients with a rare genetic disorder called cerebrotendinous xanthomatosis, CTX. This condition leads to the accumulation of harmful cholesterol metabolites in the body and can cause a range of debilitating symptoms. Chenodal provided a lifeline for CTX patients, and its approval by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, marked a crucial milestone for the company. Retrophin's successes in drug development contributed to its growing financial gains. Investors were eager to support the company's mission, and its stock price climbed steadily during this period. The ability to secure funding allowed Retrophin to expand its research and development efforts, pursuing treatments for additional rare diseases. In 2015, Martin Shkreli made a decision that would thrust him into the national and international spotlight and forever define his reputation in the pharmaceutical industry. Shkreli's company at the time, Turing Pharmaceuticals, acquired the rights to a life-saving drug called Daraprim, setting in motion a series of events that would be met with widespread outrage and condemnation. Daraprim, also known by its generic name pyrimethamine, is an essential medication used in the treatment of toxoplasmosis, a parasitic infection that can be particularly dangerous for individuals with compromised immune systems, such as those with HIV or AIDS. The drug had been on the market for decades and was considered a standard of care for treating this life-threatening condition. However, upon acquiring the rights to Daraprim, Shkreli immediately implemented a drastic price increase. The price of a single pill, which had previously been sold for $13.50, was suddenly raised to an astonishing $750, an increase of over 5,000%. This shocking and unprecedented price hike ignited a firestorm of controversy and public outrage. The decision to raise the price of Daraprim to $750 per pill was met with widespread condemnation from healthcare professionals, patient advocacy groups, politicians, and the general public. Many saw this move as an egregious example of corporate greed and profiteering at the expense of vulnerable patients who depended on the medication to stay alive. Patients and healthcare providers were left grappling with the moral dilemma of having to choose between providing essential treatment to those in need and the exorbitant cost of the drug. Hospitals and healthcare systems faced financial strain as they tried to absorb the increased expenses associated with Daraprim, and some patients were forced to go without the medication due to its prohibitive cost. Martin Shkreli's response to the public backlash further fueled the controversy. He defended the price increase, arguing that it was necessary to fund research and development efforts for better treatments for toxoplasmosis and to generate profits for Turing Pharmaceuticals. Shkreli's unapologetic stance and dismissive attitude toward those affected by the price hike only intensified the public's anger. Martin Shkreli was known for using platforms like Twitter and live streams to engage with the public, often in ways that garnered both attention and criticism. He seemed to relish the role of provocateur, using his online presence to openly mock those who questioned his actions or criticized his pharmaceutical pricing practices. This confrontational approach further fueled public outrage and reinforced the perception of him as an unapologetic figure. He rarely expressed remorse for his actions, even in the face of intense criticism. This lack of contrition extended to his infamous pharmaceutical pricing practices, where he defended the Daraprim price hike as a necessary business move. Martin Shkreli's legal troubles began to mount as a result of his activities at both Retrofin and MSMB Capital Management, a hedge fund he had founded before his tenure at Retrofin. In December 2015, Shkreli was arrested and charged with securities fraud, conspiracy to commit securities fraud, and wire fraud by the U.S. Department of Justice. The charges were related to Shkreli's alleged misappropriation of assets from Retrofin to pay off debts incurred by his hedge fund, MSMB Capital Management. It was alleged that he used Retrofin funds to cover losses sustained by investors in his hedge fund and to settle personal legal claims. This mismanagement of funds and alleged fraudulent activity led to the charges brought against him. Shkreli's arrest made headlines and further fueled public interest in his legal battles. The case against him brought to light not only the complex financial transactions at the heart of the allegations, but also Shkreli's controversial persona and actions, including his price hike of Daraprim. The legal proceedings that followed would prove to be a lengthy and contentious chapter in his life. Martin Shkreli's trial began in June 2017, and it attracted significant media attention due to his notoriety and the high-profile nature of the case. The legal battle that ultimately led to Martin Shkreli's downfall centered on charges of securities fraud and conspiracy to commit securities fraud. These charges were the result of Shkreli's actions during his time as the CEO of Retrofin and his earlier involvement with MSMB Capital Management. The key allegations in the case included: number 1, misappropriation of funds. Shkreli was accused of using Retrofin's assets to pay off debts and legal settlements related to his hedge fund, MSMB Capital Management. This misuse of funds was seen as a fraudulent activity that harmed Retrofin and its shareholders. Number 2. False statements to investors. Shkreli was alleged to have made false and misleading statements to investors in MSMB Capital Management, downplaying the fund's financial troubles and misrepresenting its performance. Number 3. Concealing investment losses. It was alleged that Shkreli concealed significant losses in MSMB Capital Management by providing fake account statements to investors, creating the illusion of profitability. And number 4, stock price manipulation. Shkreli was also accused of manipulating the stock price of Retrofin by issuing restricted shares to satisfy debts, actions that were seen as detrimental to shareholders. These allegations formed the basis of the charges brought against Shkreli by the U.S. Department of Justice, and they were central to the legal battle that unfolded during his trial. In August 2017, Martin Shkreli was found guilty on 2 counts of securities fraud and 1 count of conspiracy to commit securities fraud. After being found guilty, Martin Shkreli was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison in March 2018. He was also ordered to forfeit $7.36 million in assets as part of his sentence. Shkreli's time in prison marked a significant departure from the public persona he had cultivated over the years. While he had been known for his provocative and unapologetic behavior, incarceration limited his ability to engage with the public through social media and other means. He was housed at a federal prison in New Jersey, and his daily life became far removed from the financial and pharmaceutical worlds he had once been a part of. Martin Shkreli's case had a significant societal impact, raising important questions and lessons for both the pharmaceutical industry and the general public. First, Shkreli's case highlighted the need for increased transparency and regulatory oversight in the pharmaceutical industry, particularly concerning drug pricing. The public outcry over Daraprim's price increase emphasized the importance of ensuring that essential medications remain accessible to those who need them. Second, it served as a reminder for ethical responsibility. Pharmaceutical companies must consider their ethical responsibility to patients and society when setting drug prices. The Daraprim controversy served as a stark reminder of the consequences of prioritizing profits over patients. Third, Shkreli's legal battles and subsequent imprisonment underscored the principle that individuals, regardless of their financial success or public image, are accountable for their actions. This message resonated with the public and reinforced the idea that no one is above the law. Martin Shkreli's story is a cautionary tale of unchecked ambition and the consequences of playing with people's lives. As we reflect on this story, it becomes clear that the legacy of Martin Shkreli is not one of admiration, but rather a stark illustration of the need for transparency, accountability, and ethical considerations in the world of pharmaceuticals. His rise and fall serve as a stark reminder of the responsibilities that come with great power and the enduring importance of upholding the principles of fairness and compassion in healthcare.